My name is Kevin Hamilton. I'm professor in the School of Art and Design and Dean of the College of Fine and Applied Arts here at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. I'm in my 20th year here on the faculty of the University of Illinois, and my areas of teaching and research lie largely in the School of Art and Design, where for many years I taught digital media, drawing, studio art, among other things, and my research lies largely in histories of film and technology. The College of Fine and Applied Arts at University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign is one of the first colleges here at this university project. It's one of the medium-sized colleges on campus, and it comprises a huge range of disciplines. We cover things as broad as on the performing arts side, dance, music, and theater, but all the way over into the design and visual arts side with our School of Art and Design. And then in between, we've got our great School of Architecture and our departments of Urban and Regional Planning and Landscape Architecture. So we have a microcosm of the whole university in this one college. We do everything from the humanities and the arts and performance to social science. We have impact in various industries and trades, as well as in policy and, of course, in the home scholarly disciplines in which our artists and scholars work. We also work as partners to the great Krannert Art Museum, where we are here today, and to the Krannert Center for the Performing Arts. And we're also home to the beloved Japan House. So with those three partners, public engagement is also really baked into the core of what we do. Of course, the pandemic influenced the way we taught for the last year, the way we served for the last year, in profound ways that are going to stay with us for a long time. A lot of folks, of course, reached out to us, wondering with care, how are you doing? How are you getting your dancers together? How are people actually singing during this time? And we managed that through an incredible amount of ingenuity, a lot of newfound comfort with the digital and with the online that's likely going to stay. But really, the lasting effects of the past year and a half of this pandemic on our college are the ways in which it's not just impacted our college, but the disciplines and fields we serve. Because across our society, I think people are ever more aware of just how crucial the forms that our college is a home for are to our collective thriving. There's really a new role for the arts now that we didn't even realize we needed before. When you come back to Champaign-Urbana, I'm sure you're going to visit the sites that you know. For folks who came out of here in the last couple of decades, hopefully you'll go pay a visit again to the great gardens around Japan House. Feel what it's like to be back in that carefully constructed space for well-being, for peace, for tranquility. But I also hope that folks will come back and visit the Krannert Art Museum. If you didn't see it before when you were a student here, you missed something great. This is a major part of how this university rose to the place that it now holds nationally and internationally. This museum, founded in the middle of the 20th century, was a leader in the arts nationally, not just for collecting amazing vanguard works that are here around me even now, but for demonstrating to the world how the arts could function in terms of inspiring us as a group to think differently about who we are and who we are together. If you come back to the museum in the coming season here, there's some wonderful exhibits up that I would love to host you here to see. One of them is the reinstallation of our storied collection of mid-century modern works that are on display right here, the Art Since 1948 exhibition. But we also have some landmark exhibitions here that would be wonderful for you to pay a visit to, including the first show of works on paper by Louise Fishman, one of our most storied and recognized alums, who now has come back to us to show works that no one has ever seen before. It's an incredibly moving show of abstraction that shows how art is a way of knowing and living through all sorts of times in life. I hope you'll come and see it. I hope you'll come experience how she saw, how she made through her lens as a painter, as a woman, as a lesbian, as a Jewish member of the arts community. There's a lot to behold here in Fishman's exhibition, especially poignant now in light of her recent passing. So collaboration, especially across the disciplines, is of course what this university is known for. That's long been part of the work here in the College of Fine and Applied Arts. But it's taken on some new valences and new meaning in recent years. One way I might describe this would be to say that as we move from a mere problem-solving approach to a reorienting approach, where we really try to see the world even differently so that we can change our ways of living in it, we've had to find collaborators outside our college and even outside our campus. I'll give you a couple of examples, one in the research space and then another in a new place we're moving into as a college in the realm of policy. In the research space, for example, one of our leading researchers is a woman named Mary Pat McGuire in the Department of Landscape Architecture. Mary Pat studies stormwater runoff, a huge issue for cities increasingly in light of climate change. Where does all the water go? Civil engineering has long approached that problem in a problem-solving sort of way to find the right ways to send that water out and get rid of it. Mary Pat takes a different approach and asks, why are we trying to get rid of the water? Isn't the ground designed to absorb the water? Couldn't we begin to see and design our cities differently to understand where that water goes in a way that actually supports more life instead of just trying to get rid of it all the time, which is an endless proposition? For that, we've had to collaborate across landscape architecture with civil engineering, with the water survey, to find new ways of even understanding how we see our cities and the role of water in them. I'll name one other collaborative domain which we're just now moving into in the college, and that's that we're really seeing where we need to move into collaborations even with people working in the realm of policy. With the support of the President's Office here in the University of Illinois system, we're now beginning a 2-year series of studies with our Urban and Regional Planning Program and our new Arts Impact Initiative, partnered with Arts Alliance Illinois, which is one of the leading arts advocacy organizations in the nation. And these studies are going to be able to tell us better stories about exactly what role the arts play in our societies and what the arts even are, because a lot of times we don't even see them. The arts include your food truck in your neighborhood. The arts include your ensembles and musical groups that have just arrived on these shores, coming along with folks who are coming to this nation. We've got to find new ways to name what the arts are and describe what they do. And that, again, is a collaborative venture so that we can name it, describe it, and advocate for change. Our alumni of the College of Fine and Applied Arts are really important co-thinkers with us. We are always doing better at staying in touch with them, at thinking with them, at hearing about what they're facing in their domains of architecture, of performance, of design, of the arts. And we're trying to change what we do here in response to those conversations. There's a lot of amazing projects going on out there that are already changing the way we think and the way we teach. We're excited about the year ahead, even coming back from what last year was, which was, of course, a really strenuous year to be in the arts. There's some exciting things happening here in the college. For one, this is the first year we've welcomed first-year students into our newest undergraduate major, the Bachelor's of Science in Sustainable Design. This is a new degree for us. It's the first degree that's not housed in any one of our 7 academic units, but is actually an interdisciplinary degree taught by faculty from across those disciplines. The faculty designed this degree in response to the fact that so many students that wanted to have careers in sustainability, in doing the work of ecology, found that no one major could contain that. And so the new degree enables students to look at sustainability at a variety of scales, from the smallest questions about how to design an individual consumer object through its life scale, through the large scale questions that urban and regional planning bring to us about how to design for sustainable communities and regions. It's a fast growing major. I think it's really going to show the way for us, while still remaining a residential 4-year college, which is really the bread and butter of what we do. Given what we're learning about just how many new places and spaces the disciplines we serve are active these days, when you're back here for homecoming, I would invite you to be keeping in mind, where could the arts, design, architecture be a part of your work now, even though you didn't come from the arts, even if you didn't come from our college? Even if you're working now in a field that doesn't seem like it's connected to the arts, I bet you that there is a connection to be made there. I bet that one of our alums, one of the practitioners that are part of the disciplines we serve, are right now out there helping reimagine some aspect of the hardest challenges and problems that you are facing in your community and in your discipline. So welcome back, everyone. And as you're here, as you're reminiscing about your own stories here, I hope you'll keep us in mind and look for potential connections to come back to us about. We're here to partner with you and with your own former departments here on campus as you move forward in your life as a partner to Illinois.